What's going on, everybody? Eric here, creator of Empowered, and this is probably the most important episode. It's a short one, but episode 5, this one's the most important because this is where you learn how to create your character. Remember, this is the premise of the whole game. You want to play this game so you can create your character the way that you want it. So with that said, we're going to go into a brief visual of the character board and what that looks like, but we're not going to do a whole video full of screens today. We're going to get hands-on and go in real time and create a character together. Watch that video and then we'll meet back at the table. Okay, so let's talk player boards. So this is what the player board looks like. The top left corner, we have the health tracker, which starts at 10. Underneath that, we have your reputation trackers that have hero, villain, and vigilante. In the middle, we have your experience track that moves left to right as you level up. And then down here, we have your superpower cards: fighting style, combat, movement, and genetic. Over on the right, we have your inventory, which is the 3 brown sections, and then we have your objects for the 2 green. So that's basically it. These are the 4 major sections of the player board. You have your health management, you have your reputation, you have your equipment, inventory, objects, and then you have your equipped superpowers. Let's do a little bit of this in real time, and let's go create a character together. Okay, so here we are. We are going to do this in real time together. We're going to start by creating a character. Now, you already saw the overview of the character board, but let's go into a little bit more detail. So up in the top left corner here, this is the health bar, and it does go from left to right. There's a maximum of 10 HP in this game, but there is the ability to earn more. Underneath here, you saw was the reputation trackers, this gold metal icon being the hero track. The middle icon here, which is the orange vigilante mask, is the vigilante track, and the purple skull over here represents the villain track. Now you'll also notice that there are 2 little words here that say break ties with arrows up and down, and that means that you can never at any point have any of the cubes, the tracker cubes, be equal. If you gain or lose any of your reputation points and they tie, you have to make sure that you lower or raise one or the other. Now at the top here on the reputation track, we can see something that says HP, and this one has a trait icon, and this one has an object icon, meaning that if you max out one of these reputation tracks, you actually get that bonus at the top. So this is some incentive as to why you would want to be a certain type of reputation. The other incentive comes in the form of the board, which you will see later. Now moving on to the right, we have inventory, so you can have a maximum of 3 items in your inventory. These can be special items, they can be equipment, they can be healing items, or they can be bystanders. Over here on the right, we have object tiles, and you'll see in this corner down here it says 1, and then over here it says bonus. You can actually only hold a maximum of 1, where it says 1 max up there, but there are special abilities that allow you to fill up that slot and carry an extra object. Moving down one section, we have the experience track. So this is kind of like your skill tree and your experience track all rolled into one. When you gain experience, you're moving from left to right, so rookie to legend. And at each level, you gain something different, whether it's an item, a superpower, a special ability, or at the top, you'll notice that there are these white event dice. That is also how you gain more dice for rolling in combat. And the most important part at the very bottom, your big 4 down here, these are the slots where you would place your equipped superpower cards. With that out of the way, let's start at step number 1 and create our character. So step number 1 here, we have biography. So what that means is at the beginning of the game, you're actually going to take one of these secret identity cards, which we will go over later, and you're going to slide it right underneath your player board so that only these bottom 4 are showing. So it's going to look like that. We're going to have the origin story at level 6 and then 3 slots for a backstory card. Next is step 2, and that is choosing your visual. So there's a good variety of some people to choose from, but I think we're going to go with this green sci-fi bearded stick-looking character right here. We're going to go with this guy. Okay, so that's chosen. Now step number 3 is going to be setting up your reputation track. So we're going to now take 3 cubes, 1 yellow, 1 orange, and 1 magenta, and we're going to place them onto the reputation trackers. We're going to set 1 at level 2, we're going to set another one at level 1, and we're going to set the other one at level 0. So this means that right off the bat, you do have a say in what your character is starting out as: hero, villain, or vigilante. Now remember, you are not locked to this. You can change this reputation and what you are at any point in the game. Any turn, you can decide to turn over a new leaf and start acting different. So this is never locked. Step 4 is setting your level and your health. So we're going to take one of these X tokens, which is the HP tracker, and we're going to set it to max health at 10, right at the top there. And then we're going to take this EXP cube, and we're going to place that on the very first level, which is Rookie, with the arrow pointing to the right. So we have our player piece, we have our health, we have our reputation set up, and we have our EXP tracker. Next up is arguably the most important part to start, and that is choosing your base fighting style. Remember that this is very similar to you choosing your quote-unquote class in traditional RPGs. This represents what would your character do if they have no superpowers, how are they interacting on a base level with the enemies and world around them. So you're going to grab the fighting style deck, which is these gray and black cards. We're going to shuffle them up real good. And then we're going to draw the top 2 cards. So we have Martial Artist and Marksman. So now I have a decision to make. How do I want to start this game? Well, Marksman looks pretty good because I can attack pawns from far away, but it's a higher rate success that I have to actually achieve. Martial Artist, obviously I can fight any level pawn, but it's gonna be a head-on-head battle. I do get a reroll though. Well, seeing as I'm a martial artist in real life, I'm a little bit more attached to this one, so we're gonna go Martial Artist. So I've placed my fighting style card into the first slot, and now I have to grab the small styled item deck that matches the martial arts. Remember, these cards are a small deck that are exclusive to you. Nobody else is ever gonna draw from this deck. So we're going to shuffle this up really good, make sure it's all nice and shuffled, and then you're going to place it right beside your character board, beside your fighting style. Okay, and for the final step of this creation, we have to take the origin story card deck, and we're going to shuffle that up really good, make sure it's all nice and mixed up. And then you're going to draw one origin story card. You do not look at it though. You're going to draw this origin story card and place it on the level 6 origin story slot. If you look back up at the experience track over here, you'll notice that level 6 is where you actually unlock your origin story card. The only thing this character doesn't have is a name and a superhero alias. But that's okay, because that's going to be developed as we play the game, and it's going to be fully established in the end game. All right, so I hope that's all clear and you got all that spot on. The next video is going to piggyback right off of this one. It's also going to be a shorter one, but it's going to teach you what it looks like to actually level up your character and what steps you take when you get there. See you in the next one.